Hi there, back again with another episode of the Nefilibata podcast, also known as the Global Unlockdown Talk Show. This is me, Dr. Abhi Ghosh. I'm a general physician, a traveling doctor of medicine. I'm here today with a very interesting guest, and we'll be talking about a very interesting topic burnouts in professional lives, especially in today's times when working out from home. So, what is a burnout? As per the definition that we can easily find on Google, a burnout is a state of physical or emotional exhaustion that also involves a sense of a reduced accomplishment and a loss of personal identity at times. Some of the jobs that are that have the highest burnout rates are social work, emergency services, designing, business development, sales, retail, medical practice, and some other high volume work. What are the symptoms of burnout? Anxiety, lack of sleep, general fatigue, lack of creativity and purpose, emotional numbness, and a cynical outlook towards life. So, without any further delay, let me bring on the stage our speaker and guest for today's session, Ankur Mukherjee, who is a who, apart from being this amazing guest on our show today, also happens to be my childhood friend from school. He is a senior manager from the IT company he's working with, Infosys. He's a fitness trainer. He himself underwent burnout, and today he is here with his lifestyle change story. So, without any further delay, I'm handing over the show to Ankur to introduce himself and tell us how did he get into all this from an IT manager.
Thank you, Abhik. It's very nice to talk to you after so many years. Uh, in fact, me and Abhik have been classmates from Nagpur, and after about good 12 to 13 years, we are talking thanks to the virtual platforms like Zoom, Uh, I have been with Infosys since past 18 years. I'm still with Infosys, but now I am self-motivated, initiated, and that's why I am also a fitness trainer and a lifestyle coach. Okay, so my fitness journey basically it started about 5 years ago when due to various medical conditions I had an accident and complemented by sedentary lifestyle, the nature of IT's work. I was consulting a doctor, and my doctor has clearly told me that Ankur, you should not be and cannot participate in sports like cricket, badminton, or you cannot do high intensity workouts from here on. So my passion has always been to play cricket. I have played cricket for my school. I have been a part of my college cricket team. I have been a part of my company's cricket team. And those words from my doctor were like hell. That was my lowest point actually when I heard those words. So, as the doctor advised, I mean, I was not doing anything actually in terms of being active. I used to play, still try to play by force, but my lower back problems and I had problems with the sacroiliac joint, which is called as a SI joint. It only aggravated until I met a doctor, a regular doctor. I changed my doctor, and that doctor referred me to a bunch of very motivated, disciplined, focused set of people who are, who were, and who are my current lifestyle coaches. And that was the turning point of my life, wherein I had some focused attention, a guided progress towards my weight reduction. And when I got my weight sorted out, when I got my lifestyle changed, and we'll talk about it at length a bit later, that how I changed it. The rest of the problems, it started falling in place. Do I have lower back problems right now? Absolutely not. Am I playing cricket or football or badminton? Absolutely yes. Am I doing high intensity exercises? Absolutely yes. In fact, I have taken it to the next level. I am exploring new avenues like doing kettlebell trainings. So I normally started with lower 6 kgs, then 8 kgs. Now I'm lifting 12 kgs, and my target is now 16 kgs to compete at or to participate at national level and fulfill my coach's dream actually to participate and win some medal. So that has been my journey in a snapshot, and it has been a truly eventful journey. And I'm blessed to be surrounded by such motivated people, and equally contributed by my wife, who has been my partner throughout this journey. She has her own transformation journey as well, and ably supported by our parents. All right, so it is very nice to share a quick snapshot of my story with everyone.
Great to hear that, Ankur. Thank you very much for the introduction and telling and sharing about your journey. Ankur, I always had a very interesting memory from school, and I used to remember that as soon as the school used to finish, you used to go home and used to come out in the guise of a
Right,
cricketer and used to go for cricket. So that is the
right,
Ankur Mukherjee that I remember, and I was really very surprised to suddenly see the same Ankur Mukherjee back again on Facebook when I was following you when you had started your journey. And my dear friend, I've been following you since then, and you are a great inspiration to many. Thank you, everybody, all of you who have joined in this live stream. This is Dr. Abhi Ghosh from Growell Foundation. I run an NGO based in Nagpur, and I'm bringing together in front of you all amazing people in my circle like Ankur Mukherjee. And I request all of you to ask all your fitness related questions. I'm available also for consultation. This is not a platform to give medical advice. We are only sharing our life stories. So, on that note, let us move ahead in the discussion and let us hear from Ankur. How was his initial journey during the school times like? What happened after college, and how he kind of went from a very active person who used to quickly go for his cricket sessions early, and how all those changed. We want to know all that, and how did the story progress? Over to you, buddy.
right. Thank you, Abhik, again. So the school life, yeah, as in everybody's life, it's the most memorable days in people's life. So has been in my case. I have been very active in my school days. Apart from studies, the extracurricular things, especially sports. Then post the school and college life, which was the plus two level, I went to Aurangabad for my engineering. Aurangabad stay has been as well pretty eventful. There I happened to meet my wife. Her name is Vishnupriya Nile, and our story and our journey started from there on. I've known her since more than 20 years now. And then basically, after completing the college tenure, where as well I have been very active, and I had a very different physique and outlook back then. I was very thin. I was altogether different. I mean, if I portray a photo, I mean, majority of the people won't even recognize me. But then I had this wonderful opportunity provided to me by Infosys. I joined Infosys back in 2003, and I was lucky enough to immediately join the company after I passed out of after I basically graduated. And then Infosys also provided me with an opportunity to go to US go to countries like Switzerland, but uh, with the kind of opportunities and excitement that the company brought to me, it also brought loads of work, which is basically the nature of the industry. I mean, the work amount, it has gone by leaps and bounds compared to 2003. And if I compare now, I mean, basically you cannot compare the two times in terms of work. And precisely what has happened in the company as well in the initial days, I was pretty active along with the work deliverables. We were playing table tennis, we were playing badminton. I was a part of the company cricket team as well, and more or less my physique, it was maintained. I was not getting burned out. Okay. Now, as the story progressed, as the tenure progressed, and I became more and more senior, obviously the responsibilities increased. I had to handle a team, I had to manage a team. I soon became the work I was doing. I soon became in charge of people who were responsible for doing those work, and that is altogether a different level of responsibility. Basically, getting the output from your team, build a team in the first place, and then getting the output of the team, and then keeping the team motivated. So this had its toll. The work hours increased gradually, and basically the level of activity, it decreased over the days, months, and years. I was sitting at a place continuously working for hours together without even moving on to drink water. And during that time, after some years, I also met with an accident, which altogether closed down any physical activity I was having. And thereafter, the basically doctor advised me complete rest, and some basic stretches throughout my life. There uh, then I think 2 to 3 years passed by. I was deputed in Switzerland, so it was a very pleasant change from my current stay in India. So I was based overseas for about a couple of years, but there as well the activity was not there, because whenever I tried to play certain sport, I used to have issues, and medications there were pretty expensive. Uh, uh, Actually abroad, so I did not want to take chances as well. Then once I came back to India after a 2 years stay there, I continued the sedentary lifestyle. Work was not decreasing anymore, and then basically I was again deputed in US for a couple of years, for 3 years, in fact. Now during this US trip, I mean, there was a point. I mean, my wife accompanied me initially, and used to do basic stretches together. But my wife has been an avid runner all through her life. She was a sprinter in her childhood, and she used to run pretty much 5 to 10 kilometers without any issues. That's when I explored an area within me that I had never realized it before. So basically, my understanding of stamina was, if I'm able to play cricket or badminton or anything for say 2 to 3 hours, I used to think that I have enough stamina. But when I started running with her, I couldn't even run for 5 minutes. Okay, and my back problems, it got aggravated. That is when I decided that enough is enough. I mean, I cannot carry on like this for months and years together. So once during my tenure in US, I came back just for a vacation to India, and that's when I changed my doctor who was giving me advices in India, and that doctor uh, referred me to my current coaches. Their name is Prasanna and Asavari. They are a fit couple, and I got connected with them, and they could relate to what I had shared with them. Uh, and from there on, it was a complete turnaround. And this happened back in 2016, to be precise. and from there on I have been not only successful in reducing weight, but I had from that particular year, not immediately, but it took some months, about 6 months, and then I started resuming all my favorite sports and exercises gradually. Now again, to bear in mind, this is a very gradual process. We cannot expect anything overnight. So that has been my case, and now what I have done is I have had such a nice experience that I am spreading this knowledge, and people like Abhi, I didn't even knew that Abhi, you were following me on Facebook. I mean, I feel humbled just to know that people have been following me, watching me, even though
Ankur,
some
it
people may
brings
not
me
know.
to a few questions here. Can I ask a few
Yes, yes,
questions here on
please,
whatever you have
please,
just said so far?
please,
So,
please.
so we realized that at some point of time, your lifestyle took a turn for the worse, and you did not were keeping track of certain vital things. And
Right.
maybe it was when you started, as you said, you started exercising with your wife, and you realized that I'm not able to keep up with her running pace. So what was the kind of realization you got at that time, and how were those initial days when you tried searching for people and you were looking for community help? You have also shared that your community has helped you greatly. I have been
Right.
one of your greatest supporters and followers, my dear friend. So, how were those initial days like? If you can tell me something about them, how was the challenge? I mean, coming from a unhealthy lifestyle and thinking about a new lifestyle which is healthy, how difficult it is to make that transformation. How did you rewire your brain?
Correct, correct, correct. So first of all, again, thanks to my coaches, what they did was a variety of myths were cleared actually. So there were myths like my family has a history of diabetes. My father has diabetes. So there are myths like if your parents have diabetes, you will also have diabetes. Then there are myths uh, you, once the doctor tells you, okay, once your weight is basically on the higher side, you cannot work out. It is not a myth. You have to get your weight down, and then you can work out. Then there were myths regarding food and nutrition. Okay, I was of the opinion that whatever I was eating, okay, my body was getting the required nutrients. That is because I was not even aware what is the difference between food and nutrition. Okay, so all of these nitty gritties, uh, those were clarified. Then the worst challenge, I mean, the first challenge I faced is getting up in the morning every day at 5:30 in the morning and spending 1 hour just with me for the workout. Now, trust me, friends. I mean, those who are thinking it's difficult to get 1 hour out of your very busy schedule, you are totally mistaken. If your goal is very strong, if you are determined enough, you will be able to take out 1 hour for yourself. That is the first realization, Abhik, and that is a challenge as well. I faced because my routine was late night works. Okay, I was working on a US project, so that demanded having meetings at say 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. I was my work day used to end at 2 a.m. Okay, whenever I was operating from India for US project, and that used to mean I couldn't sleep well. Now, typically, what the education that I received and during the initial days is to first do away with this particular challenge. One, I mean, if for some reason you are not able to sleep uh, early, then it is also advisable to complete 6 to 7 hours of sleep and then get up and then take the other chores in your hand. Is it healthy? No, it may not be healthy. I mean, sleeping at 2 a.m. and getting up at 9 a.m. may not be healthy, but it is at least better than sleeping at 2 a.m. and getting up at 6 a.m. and then punishing your body by working out here because your body did not have enough rest. to be able to cope up with the workout. What it will do is, and I have done this as well, sleeping for 3 hours, 4 hours, and then working out like anything. What it does is it makes you very weak. Okay, the energy which is required for the workout, basically it is drawn from the muscles. That's why you become lean, you become energy deprived. I was energy deprived. I used to feel lack of energy throughout my day, and that is in correlation to Abhi, the burnout symptoms that you mentioned actually. Okay, right at the start of this talk. I mean, if I have to correlate that with what I have experienced, I have exactly experienced this lack of energy throughout the day. I used to get frustrated for no reason. Then some of the work which I was easily able to do without any issues, and that too quickly, I was not able to take those work to completion. I was not able to think through properly. My mind was blocked totally, and this is where basically my trainers, mentors, my coaches, they helped me clear these misconceptions. They gave me a guidance of what is the importance of sleep, what kind of food I should be having, why I should be having those food, when I should be having those food, how to basically prioritize my work, and they were able to comment how I can prioritize my work because they were from the IT background, and were able to correlate with me. So work prioritization was very challenging to a bit, just to tell you the challenges that I faced. But gradually, when I put deliberated, focused efforts towards it, I eventually could manage the work. And it started with not taking out 1 hour. I used to take out 30 minutes, first of all. And then I was able to take out an hour and maybe exercise for 45 minutes, not more, and then relax for about 15-20 minutes. So that's how, I mean, where the initial phases, and that's how I started.
Great, great. That's great, Ankur. You have really done a great job. I must tell you that when we were when I was having an idea to have this discussion with you on this show, I was actually myself working very hard and almost to the point of exhaustion. And suddenly one day I again saw one of your Facebook updates and said that, "Arey yaar, मैं ये क्या कर रहा हूँ? What am I doing?" So probably that was the trigger for me. So I'm talking from my perspective. I have been procrastinating about starting a proper exercise, a movement schedule for myself. I've been doing it well, okay, bits and pieces, going for treks and all. But if I want to get into a proper frame of mind, and like you have said that you have to find gurus and coaches for doing that, so probably this discussion will start as a chingari, that the spark for me, and I'm going to listen to whatever you have to say here very carefully. I'm sure all the people who have joined on the show will also be listening, and probably will have a lot of questions also. I request all of you to ask the questions. Personalized experiences, experiential learning questions to Ankur, and medical questions to me in my email or in DMs or even in the comment box. So, Ankur, I would like to know now that you realized that you had to change, now you got in touch with coaches, and you also knew that you had to change your nutrition, your way of eating a bit. Then, how did it progress for further ahead?
Okay. Okay, definitely. Now, again, just before I progress, explain the eating pattern. First of all, I'd like to explain the difference between basically food and nutrition. So, anything that we eat, if we are hungry, or if, I mean, irrespective of whether we are hungry or not, that is food. Okay, does that mean that the body requires that particular food or the nutrients from that food at that time? Maybe, may not be. Okay, so the basic difference between food is what you eat, and nutrition is basically what your body needs at that particular time. So to give you an example, after doing a lot of exercise, if you eat a lot of carbohydrates, then basically that is quickly getting converted into glucose and then passing on to your bloodstream. It does not reach to your muscles, and your muscles does not get strengthened. So you have eaten food, you have fulfilled your filled your stomach, you are satisfied, but your body is not satisfied because it has not got the nutrient. Just to give a simple example. Apart from this, sorry, Abhi, you had a question?
No, Ankur, I'm listening intently to you.
Okay. I saw a nod from your head, so I thought whether you had any question or not. Okay. So after what I usually do is, initially I did not had I used to have maybe a breakfast, lunch, uh, dinner. I used to skip most of the time because due to my work schedule and meetings, I did not even feel like eating. And these were the basic mistakes that we did. uh, and then when I had guidance from the coaches, I was made aware that it is very important to have at least 4 meals a day. So you have to have your breakfast, proper breakfast, you have to have your lunch, you have to have your evening snack. So evening snack, most of us, including me, we totally underestimate or we totally ignore the evening snack. And then dinner, we have this understanding that dinner should be light, low carbs, या फिर carbs नहीं चाहिए dinner में. We have this, we explore Google University, and we get all possible kinds of meal plans and advices from our Google University. So which most of the times are not correct. So basically your food plate, my food plate used to be, whenever I got to this healthy lifestyle, used to be colorful. Okay, it used to have all three basic components or food groups, as we call it. It used to have carbohydrates in the form of rice, roti, or whatever, bhakri. It used to have proteins in the form of either dal or paneer or tofu, or I'm just giving some example. And it used to have fat components as well, and then it used to have fibers as well in the form of salad. Okay, now how do you get it in breakfast, how do you get it in lunch, how you get it in dinner, and how you get it in your evening snack is what was planned for me based on my requirement by my coach. And that is how my food habits were rectified. Okay, initially I did not even feel hungry during dinner, and most of the time my evening snacks were also skipped or ignored. I did not realize that I have to have some evening snacks. My body needs it. So what my body used to do is, whenever I was not supplying it with nutrients, my body used to realize that okay, after lunch I am not going to get anything else. So what it used to do is, जितना भी lunch में हमने खाया, whatever we have eaten during the lunch, it used to store it in the form of fat. If at all I would have had dinner any time, and dinner में it was mostly rice and lots of rice, it used to store everything in the form of fat, because my indication, my signal to body was always, you are not going to get anything in the evening or at dinner. And when the body identifies that there is a scarcity, and body is very intelligent, it will identify that there is a scarcity outside, and it will prepare, it will create reserves, just like we do. When the municipality declares that there will be a water shortage, we fill water in the utensils, right? That is precisely what, how each cell, because each cell is a living being, each cell thinks exactly the way you think. This is what I realized. And the moment I balanced this meal, I started realizing the benefits. I was in fact eating everything and then losing weight. I was surprised. I surprised myself actually by that. Abhi, if this answers your question, how did I balance the meal?
Absolutely, Ankur. Thank you for sharing that. Um, Now, I would like to know from you, in this exercise schedule that was prescribed to you, and the one which you followed, and the ones whose photographs you have seen serially on Facebook, uh, uh, was it a different kind of a exercise program that was designed for you? Did you have to buy any specialized equipments, or were you doing everything at home? We want to know that part about.
Okay, okay, definitely. So first of all, again, along as I said, for me, the exercise schedule, there is no template for exercise. Uh, for each individual, the exercise regime will be different. Most likely it will be different because your body parameters drive what kind of exercise your body can sustain. For example, if a person who weighs say 90 kg or 95 kg, if you give that person, him or her, a jumping exercise, that person will not be able to sustain because that person's knees will give away. I mean, we when we jump, we put roughly 3 times our body weight on our knees and approximately 6 times our body weights on our ankles. Okay, give or take some percentages here and there, but that is how the proportions are. If you are going to give a 100 kg person a jumping exercise, I mean, how will the 100 kg person sustain for days or even weeks? Their knees will are bound to give way. That is precisely, I was not 100 kg, but I was definitely 10 to 12 kgs of overweight, and that is also a phenomenal thing considering my background where I was coming from. So whenever you have extra weight on yourself, it means your joints, not just me, but all the joints have to bear that particular extra weight, which it is not used to bearing. So my in my regime, my mentors, they carved out an exercise for me. Initially, it started with lower intensity exercises. It could be just walking, okay, because walking, I realized over the years, it is a great stress reliever as well, okay, and a great way to take out your burnout. So it started with walking, then some lower intensity exercises, and as and when I reduced weight and my agility improved. Okay, so once you are walking, you're doing basic stretches and all, your agility improves over a period of time, and that's how I got into the medium or moderate intensity exercises. When I aced that, that's how I got into high intensity exercises, so high intensity interval trainings. And Abhi, what you see on Facebook, basically those are specialized training. So I take, as I said, I'm interested in kettlebell sport. I'm learning kettlebells from my mentor and trainer. So for kettlebells, it's altogether a different exercise regime. Now, can everybody do kettlebell? Absolutely not. Okay, you have to be at some, if not ideal, but close to ideal body parameters for you to be able to lift up weights. So initially, I touched weights after 4 years of being into this regime. For the first 4 years, I did not even touch any weight. It was only mild exercises and body weight exercises. Even now, the only equipment that I use, or almost all of us in our group use, is a dumbbell or a kettlebell. We don't need any other equipment to keep ourselves fit and competitive. Okay. So whatever we see big instruments in gym. I mean, I this is my personal opinion. I have never needed it. Did I do it in the past? Yes, I have done gym and all in the past when my upper body and all, they were so stiff and all, I couldn't even move. But with agility, okay, I was able to do away with all those stiffness and actually realized we don't need all of those machines. But again, it's a personal choice of using the machines and using to the best of your knowledge. And if somebody is guiding you, it's a personal choice. Okay, but so far as I am concerned, the only instrument I use is a dumbbell or a kettlebell. That's it.
Thank you, Ankur. Looking at the watch, we have come almost to the halfway point of our discussion, and we have heard from you so far how your initial days of life are like, and then how you got yourself into a professional career, and how your lifestyle changed, and then how you realized the lifestyle changed, and then you found your mentors and you started your journey. You had certain problems and experiences, hiccups, initial hiccups, and then what you did, I think you just persisted with your efforts
Correct,
and
correct.
did not give up. I
The,
see a
the,
lot of
the, I
people.
will. I will
Yeah.
just quote one thing here. The key here, Abhi, is to be persistent, to be consistent. If you are very determined, that I mean, and your goal can be as simple as keeping your body fit, okay, the way you are. If you are looking yourself in the mirror and you are feeling good, that okay, this is the way I want to look, and I want to look throughout my life, that can be the goal. That is my goal. I want to look like this, and be like this throughout my life. Okay, but you have to be consistent on that. Okay, being consistent, what it does is, I mean, can a person do exercise 365 a day? No. Yeah, and nobody can do that. Yeah, unless you are an Olympic level athlete. I mean, again, that's my opinion. But people cannot do 365 days exercise. But your body is ready, that even if there are a couple of days, or a week of you know you are not able to do exercise, your body is able to sustain and bear those kind of gaps. But you have to be consistent in exercise, in your food, nutrition, everywhere. You have to be consistent, and you have to just do it day in and day out. Yes.
So Ankur, in this journey of consistency, what helped for you, or what was there any strategy that you devised for yourself
Yes.
in keeping up with this consistency? What was those mindset changes that probably you did? I get a lot of people who come to me asking for fitness related questions. I put them in touch with trainers like you at times. Sometimes I guide them myself in the way I can to the best of my knowledge. But then
Right.
the majority of the problems are stemming from the fact that the consistency is lacking in many people, and that needs to
Correct.
be the key. So, what were some of your hacks of how could you go ahead with
Correct.
consistency?
Correct. Before going into the consistency, I will talk about the common some of the common mistakes that we as we as people do. I committed those mistakes. First, since we are talking about exercise, as we spoke, exercise cannot be done 365 a day, days a day. Okay. Now, for example, so on some days, if we are doing exercise, an intensive exercise, say we are running 10 kilometers, or we are running for 45 minutes on the treadmill, we think that we have done tremendous amount of exercise, and we have lost a whole lot of calories. And then what we do, we end up eating carbohydrates, like, I mean, typical Indian meal is poha, upma, or vada sambar. Okay. And what we do is, all that we have done on the treadmill, or in our workout regime, we eat up those calories, or maybe even more, because people, they don't stop at one plate of upma or one plate of poha, right? You have two or three plates. And then I mean, we kind of think, I used to think that I'm the king of the world, I have done exercise today, so I have the right to eat up all of these food. And what used to happen is, I whenever I used to do this exercise day in and day out, I did not used to see any changes. How will it change? Because you are not basically creating, you are eating more than you are burning. I mean, the logic is simple. If your calorie intake is less than your calorie output, you will lose weight and you will lose fat. But this is not what my understanding was, unless I was corrected by my coaches. And that is one of the mindset transformation that eventually happened, that your food should go in tandem with your exercise. You should eat the right food at the right time. Now, again, so what impact it creates is, I mean, when you don't see the results, you tend to get disappointed. That And at the end of the day, you think that, oh, okay, boss, I have done this for a month, this is not working for me, and you tend to quit. It happens for most of us. It happened for me as well. Okay, you tend to quit, and then you say that it is not my cup of tea. Okay. Now here, when I got associated with my trainers, and this is what I am doing to whoever I am guiding right now, to clear all of these mindset misconceptions, and bring everybody back on track. That you have to, first of all, consistently exercise. Okay. At least 5 days a week. At least 5 days a week. So ideally, I mean, what I do is, I exercise 6 days a week. Sunday is typically my rest day. Okay. and Sundays basically uh, and during the days when I'm exercising, am I running all the days? No, I'm not running all the days. So the exercise strategy or the schedule is planned in such a way that on some days I'm lifting weights, on some days I'm just doing Surya Namaskars, on some days I'm doing a lower intensity exercises, on some day I do yoga. So we have a tremendous team of trainer along with me who are basically master in all these kind of exercises. Somebody is too good in yoga and they teach all of us how to do yoga exercises. Somebody is too good in agility exercises. Somebody is very good in weight training and teaches us a lot of strength training exercises. And that's how I think being connected to this community, Abhi, to answer your question, I mean, what motivates us and what helps us to be consistent, being connected with such a community actually helps us remain in the play, because of more often or not when we do these things in solo, after a particular point of time the motivation seems to get diminished a bit. Okay, unless and until you are exceptionally strong in your motivation levels, then you can do solo. But there are the people like this are very rare. I have seen very rare people like this. And my wife being one of the strongest supporters and always was in favor of doing exercises, she was the initial source of inspiration, and she used to accompany me with wherever I used to go. But she had her limitations with being a woman, and but she used to be way above than what I used to do. And then both of us, when we got connected to this fit community, then the rest is history. Now I mean, there are some slack days, but those slack days may be due to being ill, or maybe after my first COVID dose, I was having a lot of body pain and fever. So those slack days can be manageable. But other than that, if you are getting up and say आज मूड नहीं कर रहा है, what is the reason, क्यों मूड नहीं कर रहा है, that is a question you need to ask yourself. So if you give an honest answer to yourself, you will find you will not find a reason to withhold yourself back and not do the workout for that particular day. तो बस यही चीज करते हैं, and then motivating. We are in a WhatsApp group, तो additional एक punch आ जाता है to carry on with the workout, and that's how we have been able to maintain consistency since about 5 years now.
I mean, amazing to hear that. And I salute all the amazing gurus that are around you and motivating others. So how is the journey for you from here on, and what are your goals for, let's say, maybe the next 5 years or 10 years?
Okay, so as I said, my primary goal is basically to be and to maintain this current status. Am I at my ideal weight? Yes. Am I at my ideal body parameters in terms of muscle and fat percentages? Not yet. It is a journey and it will continue. And I hope I will be there in the next few months, definitely. My other goal is basically the experience that I have had. I want to share this experience with uh, all my associates, all my friends, all my near and dear ones, because like I have gone through these problems. I know many people are going through these problems, and they don't know what needs to be done. Like me, they are also evaluating, exploring Google University, doing things on their own, getting frustrated, and then quitting at the end. So whenever I come across such people, or people come to me with such problems, I am more than happy to help them. And not just I, we have such a strong community out here. We are a team of 20-25 odd trainers. All of us are guiding thousands of people, and each one of us is very happy to help people who are not able to start their journey but are very much looking forward to start the journey. They just don't know how. Okay, the first thing we want to educate everyone is, don't not to wait for any event, any adverse event to happen in your life, like it happened with me. I encountered an accident, and I was bedridden for some days. In fact, I was bedridden for 2 months, and then all the activities stopped. That was a trigger point, right? And at that time, so many other diseases due to sedentary lifestyle was detected. Sacroiliac joint, HLA-B27, so many items were detected. And so that was a life changing event. What we don't want is such events or similar events to happen to anyone, where you are in the hospital and you realize that you should have taken care of yourself so that you or your family did not have to see this situation. My mom, she cried so much. She has never seen me bedridden. I can never forget the look in her eyes. uh, I still I still get goosebumps when I'm iterating you this incident. How my mom used to feel when she saw me in that situation, carried on the stretcher to the hospital, and then bedridden for months together. I don't want anybody else to go through such a harrowing experience, or even close to what I have been. And that is the awareness, Abhik, I'm trying to spread. And basically, you are also helping me now with this talk show. I hope the message is reaching to people. Obviously, there is not a template which is applicable for everyone. Each human being is different, so that's why each program is different, each food pattern is different. So one to one, people can connect with me, but in general, people need to be aware that first of all, they have to be self aware that they need to change. Acceptance of that they need to change is the first step towards success. And when I say this is the first step towards success, 50% of your job is done when you are accepting that you need to change. The rest 50%, doctor, you and me
Is
will do
done by
it.
the community. The rest 50% is done by the community.
Correct.
Yeah. So I am experiencing a little bit of echo again.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
think we are at 47 minutes now, and unless any of the listeners have got questions, we can proceed towards summing up this session again in the words of Ankur, and proceeding towards the end of the session. So Ankur, you could probably you have about 13 minutes left. This could be another short thing that you could record, which you can cut out of this section and use. So session summary, maybe in the form of a TED Talk style, impromptu, like I have seen you doing many times. Over to you, buddy.
Definitely. So I'll tell you, I'll definitely share some tips, basically for people who still think that okay, it is difficult to take out 1 hour from your busy schedule. I will share some tips of what kind of exercise you can do for people basically who are leading a sedentary lifestyle. While like I am sitting on a chair, okay, and this laptop is on the table. While you are working, you can do some basic stretches, like I'm going to show it to you. You can just see it. Those are not difficult, and you can implement this on your day-to-day lives. So I'm just creating an angle. Okay, I hope you can see. So like I am sitting on the chair, you are sitting basically for hours together. Stretch your legs, like you can
Ankur,
put
can
your
you
leg
keep
down.
the camera a little bit down?
Okay, I will move it down. I hope this is.
Perfect.
I hope this is. Sorry.
So these kind of accidents always happen, and I'm happy that this is happening live on the show. And I'm very happy to have all the viewers glued to this session for 49 minutes. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. So
And
what
it's
you can
over
do
to
is
Ankur.
just sit straight, pull your leg up, hold it for 10 counts, and you can do this leg stretch sitting on your chair for each leg 10 counts. Then what you can do is you can keep one leg on top of other like this, You can hold your knee and push this knee towards your other arm. So basically across, you pull this knee across. So what it will do is it will free up your adductors, the inner thighs, and all this, which typically gets very stiff due to your sedentary way of working. So you can do this kind of stretch for both the legs, like pulling the leg, and then this is my right leg, and with the right hand I'm pushing the knee down towards the floor. And since my toe is on the other leg, it is giving me the resistance. It is not allowing me to push the leg, but I am pushing it. So it is creating a strain on my inner thighs, and that is how my inner thigh is getting relieved. It is not becoming stiff. So you can do this stretch for the leg. Then for the lower back, what you can do is straighten your hands. By sitting on the chair, you can just try and touch the floor. Just hold that pose for 20 counts, and you will feel a great deal of relief. So just bend down and touch the floor. Then if you are still not able to take 30 minutes, okay, just do basic 12 Surya Namaskars. 12 Surya Namaskar, 12 to 16 Surya Namaskar per day along with Surya Namaskar. Again, it is good enough to keep you active. What you can also do is stand up, stand straight, and spot jog. Just jog, or fast jog at the same place. Do it for a minute. That is fine. So whatever these exercises I'm telling you, do it in 2 to 3 sets. Like 12 Surya Namaskar, you can do one set. Spot jog, maybe you can do 2 sets of 1 minute, 2 to 3 sets of 1 minute each. Plank, you can do 1 minute. So if you see the total duration of this exercise, it doesn't stretch beyond 5 to 10 minutes. So people who want to keep yourself active, but you are still not able to devote dedicated time, please do these basic stretches. It will help you. It will help alleviate the stiffness from at least the legs and arms. For arms, what you can do is sit straight, raise your arms, and just stretch it like this. With the other hand, pull the arm like this. So all your you get basically a good stretch. Likewise, do it for both the arms. Just stretch, and you will feel a nice stretch here. Then with the same arm, you can just pull it back and push the elbow like this. So when you put your arm back, just hold your back here. With the other arm, hold the elbow and push it like this. So you will have a very good stretch on your triceps. Typically, when we are working like this, our hands tend to become more stiff. Like an IT professional, I used to sit at a place for a long time. So these play, to roam around. I mean, if you are using a Bluetooth headset like me, try to roam around while talking. I mean, you can get up and I can talk like this. You can still hear me comfortably, and I can talk while I am in motion. So these kind of tips will help keep you active, and try to do about 8 to 10K steps per day. Now, how will you count the steps? Basically, you have a lot of free apps available, on Google Store or iOS. If you have a step counter watch, you can purchase a step counter watch. There are many good watches available, so it will help you, keep a track of how many steps you are doing, and it will help you keep yourselves active. I think these are the basic things that people can do. Anything other than that, I think they can reach out to Abhik, you and me.
Thank you, Ankur. I'm having some network issues again at my end. The voice is echoing a little bit, and I thank all the people who have joined in this stream to have stayed till the end. Namaste to all of you. I would like to interact with all of you on an individual one-to-one basis also. If you have got any questions, please feel free to reach out to Ankur or to me. Our numbers are getting flashed in the screen below. Before ending, I would like to tell you a little more about this health monitoring and how we can be a little more self-conscious and keep a track of whatever is happening to us by using very simple tools like fitness trackers and certain apps like Strava and the other app which Ankur has mentioned. If we keep consciously logging all that we are feeling, I also want to mention that a gratitude journal writing on a daily basis is a great idea, and penning down all your thoughts that you have as you are embarking on this journey of fitness, all the problems that you have, small things you need to write down and discuss with your counselor, discuss with your mentor, discuss with your coach, and make sure that all questions, even the smallest one, you have an answer. Um, this is 55 minutes running, and we are on the Global Unlockdown Talk Show. I thank all of you for joining in. Please hit a subscribe and keep coming back. We will be having more such sessions with amazing people. And before ending this session, I would like to sing the jingle of the Global Foundation. We are a unregistered group of people at present, and we are trying to organize ourselves into a Section 8 non-profit NGO. The mission of Global Foundation is growing 1 lakh jungles. And it is our constant quest to bring amazing people in my circle like Ankur Mukherjee through this channel, interacting with us and sharing their stories to inspire us, move ahead with agility and fitness. The Global Foundation jingle is a 4-line silly rhyme which I composed sitting below a tree. It goes like this. The first line is, if you're short of ideas, just chill. Second line, here we are, the team of Grow Will. Third line, where there's will, there is always grow will. Fourth line, grow will, grow will, grow will. When you're short of ideas, just chill. Here we are, the team of Grow Will. Where there's will, there's always will. Grow will, grow will.
Nice.
Thank you, everybody. With some final words from Ankur, we can say goodbye now.
Thank you, Abhik, for having me on your show. And thanks to all the audience for patiently listening in for the past 1 hour. I hope each one of you would have got some key takeaways from this. And I hope your tomorrow will be fitter than today. So with that thought, and Abhik, I also want to congratulate you and your team for first of all saving Bharat One, which is a green area in the middle of Nagpur. And I know how much efforts you and your team had to spend, and what all you had to go through to save Bharat One from the clutches of the deforesting agent. So tremendous work, Abhik. I hope Groville continues to grow, and along with that, you continue to spread positivity and basically positive thoughts all around you. So with these wishes, thank you again so much for having me, and I wish everyone a good evening, good Raksha Bandhan. If anybody is having a cheat day, do cheat consciously, do not overeat, and stay fit for the times to come. Bye for now.